Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about aging with ease. I'm here with David Frost.
Good morning. Thank you, Keisha, very much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I think it's at the top of everybody's mind as we get a little older. Can we be doing better? Can we get a little more active? What are some tips that you can give?
Well, I say the first thing when we get up in the morning, Keisha, is to give yourself a big hug. Look to the east and look for that wonderful source of our vitamin D, even in the winter months, and be full of gratitude. So much depends with aging and so much in life, whether it's the Olympic competitions that are ongoing, whether they're in Atlanta or in Italy, Atlanta in 96, right? But it's the muscle between our ears, which is so critical for healthy aging. Um, it's the aging is going to happen, but age doesn't have to happen. And a lot of that is the muscle between our ears for sure. And it's not throwing in the towel. It is, yes, I can. So important to say yes and rather than but I'm tired or but I didn't sleep well last night or but my knee hurts. But is evil and is good. So maybe those are some things in contextual way, Keisha, for attitude and altitude. It's not a platitude. It truly is about healthy aging attitude. So.
It's great to have a starting point because I think that so many people feel like, oh, I haven't done enough. I haven't been as active. Now I'm on a slow decline. But you're saying, no, change that mindset. The mindset can be changed first, and we could pick up. We could do better.
Absolutely. And isn't that interesting how we can fall into haven't instead of yes, I can and yes, I will. Now, we're not talking about getting onto the ice in Cortina or Milano. We're talking about being careful on the ice in Atlanta in the winter months, not in San Diego. I've got an Aloha shirt on, red, but I've got an Aloha shirt on to celebrate. I do happen to live in a special place of paradise, but it is important, isn't it, to not say I can't or I haven't, say I will. The affirmations are absolutely critical, being in the zone for athletic competition, but also being in the zone for healthy aging.
I love the fact that you say that it's a jumping off point. It's a starting point. Get the mind right, and you can start from there. Once each of us do that, are there small tips that we could do to your point? Gradually do a little better. Take the stairs, maybe. Little things that we could do to have better fitness and in turn, longevity.
Absolutely. And many folks as we get older think, well, I don't like to go to the gym. You just mentioned the stairs. I always say stairs, the wall, and the floor and the door jamb are your friends to stretch. You can do all sorts of gentle movements in those activities of daily life, which don't require going to a gym with loud music and boulder shoulders on guys doing amazing amounts of weights. That's not life. Life is our activities. When you take the stairs, celebrate it. Try to do it without using your hands if possible. Be safe, of course, safety paramount, right? Always safe. But then, isn't it interesting that the functional gait assessment that sometimes trainers or therapists or doctors ask people to do, that 30-point scale for functional gait assessment will ask you to take the stairs sideways, 2 steps at a time, and even backwards. And of course, taking the stairs instead of the escalator or the elevator, parking the car a little further, and just being excited about mobility. It's one of the functions of mammals. We're not trees, we're not mushrooms. We have to move to thrive. So
Thank you
love
so
the
much.
stairs. Love the stairs.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. Can we close out with a website where we can continue to learn more?
Keisha, thank you very much. It's well past 40 and spelled out FORTY.org. And you can hear more about what I call accident insurance for not falling, which happens to people my age too often. Nothing good happens with a fall, does it? And also thinking about eating the colors of the rainbow, by the way. You're wearing red, I'm wearing red. It's Heart Health Month. You got to eat the colors of the rainbow because so much of life is, as Hippocrates said, let food be your medicine. So that's even more important as we age.
Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to meet you, David.
Keisha, thank you. Stay warm and happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks so much. All right, guys, we can do this. We're all aging, but we can do it with grace. We could do it with ease, a little more movement, small steps, taking the steps. These are things that are absolutely doable for each and every one of us. Please take the opportunity to go to the website, learn a little bit more, and stay tuned to More Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.